Good day, all. India has a brutal plan to deal with its stray dog problem. Gruesome attacks and growing threat of disease means a day of reckoning beckons for the country. 60 million street dogs. The toddler father had left him alone for minutes, but that was all it took. Sensing blood, the pack of dogs nudged the playing 4-year-old to the floor before sinking their teeth in. His bone chilling screams alerted passerby, but it was too late. Severe laceration to his neck meant the toddler died before reached hospital. The horrific incident which occurred last month in downtown Hyderabad, India, one of India's largest city, was caught on CCTV and shared widely on social media, igniting a rare national debate about what to do with India's out of control dog population. The CCTV recording it is clear that stray dogs are attacking and killing humans, and there is no ambiguity in it, said Vikramjit Singh, a wildlife advisor official from the north of India. This Hyderabad attack is a watershed moment and will certainly help strengthen the opinion for culling of the dog for more effective ways of tackling the street dogs. For generations, Indians have lived side by side with stray dogs, which by 2021 numbered 62 million across the country. This coexistence is effectively codified in India's constitution, which implores compassion for animals and sets strict protection laws, but is also rooted in religion. Hinduism, practiced by 80% of Indians, teaches that living creatures are holy and should be revered. But following a spate of highly publicized dog attacks, with the number of dog bites almost doubling between 2012 and 2020, according to Indian government data, many are now challenging the nation's long-standing canine reverence and asking whether more should be done to put human interests first. India has this odd balance where the protection of dog is supreme, and this comes at the expense of a public health standpoint, says Ramana Lakshmi Narayan, director of, director of one of Health Trust, an Indian public health research body. There is need to be more common sense where we protect animals, but also spay, neuter, and vaccinate them. Dogs, as per Indian Animal Welfare Board, stray dogs should be sterilized so they can't reproduce, while vaccines are recommended to control the spread of disease such as rabies, which still kills tens of thousands of Indians each year. But without the resources to effectively implement this approach, as is the case across much of India, many are starting to consider culling, which remains illegal for now. Culling means giving death to dog as a means to claim back the country's streets. Bite of passage throughout rural and urban India, packs of stray dogs roam the streets. They are often territorial and can attack people who walk through their patch, particularly at night when the temperature drops and they are more active. In Delhi, it was a painful rite of passage among the foreign correspondents to have been bitten by one of the city's street dogs. One luckily reported was infamously attacked. Reporter was infamously attacked on the first day in the country. More than 6.8 million Indians were bitten by stray dogs in 2020, according to Indian government data, up from 3.9 million in 2012. Yet the large latest figures are still believed to be a considerable undercount. These attacks can sometimes turn deadly. On Tuesday, two stray dogs entered a hospital ward in the Sirohi district of India, western state of Rajasthan, before mauling a 1 month old baby to death while his mother slept. And 2 weeks ago in Uttar Pradesh, India, a 7-year-old boy was killed by a pack of dogs while playing near his home in the village of Vilaspur. Clearly, the attack in Hyderabad was not unique and only captured the attention of the public, having been caught on camera and then shared via social media. But violent attacks are not the only risk associated with Indian street dogs. Rabies poses an even greater threat, with the country accounting for over one third of global deaths from the disease. Rabies, which is transmitted in the saliva of an infected animal and causes inflammation of the brain, proving fatal if not treated immediately with vaccination, still kills around 20,000 Indians annually, according to the World Health Organization. India has the highest rabies burden in the world, and it is because of the street dogs who are protected quite strongly by law. But these same street dogs cause tens of thousands of bites in major Indian cities every day, says one of the doctor of India. Although vaccination is an effective tool for combating the spread of rabies, many Indian states have rolled back their inoculation campaigns in recent years. And rabies at a glance, rabies is a serious viral infection that affects the brain and central nervous system. It is a zoonotic infection, which means passes from animal to humans. The virus is transmitted to humans through animal bites but cannot spread between humans. Initial symptoms can include anxiety, headache, and fever. As the disease progresses, there may be hallucination and respiratory failure. Spasms of the muscle used for swallowing make it difficult for the patient to drink. The incubation period between being infected and showing symptoms is between 3 and 12 weeks, depending on the site of the initial infection. Once symptoms have developed, rabies is almost always fatal. The UK has been rabies free since the beginning of the 20th century, with the exception of rabies like viruses in some wild bat species. The last recorded rabies case in the UK was in 2018 when a holiday maker was bitten by a cat in Morocco. Kerala, which ranks Kerala in India, which ranks highest on India's Human Development Index, has seen the number of dogs in the state infected with rabies doubled since 2017. According to Government of India's data, public health experts from the region cite a shortage of doses and a lack of vaccinated healthcare professionals. Against this backdrop, Kerala has broken with tradition in recently petitioning India's highest court, the Supreme Court, to, to give death to the stray dogs, a proposal that has infuriated the country's animal rights group. Over 2 lakh people in Kerala, home to 33 million people, were bitten by a dog last year, according to state government data. The death of a 12-year-old girl in the state from rabies in September triggered a particular visceral outpouring of anger. Television channels in Kerala ran daily segments about dog bites in each district of the state, while local businesses even tried to cash in on the crisis. One advert from a Kerala based floor brand showed that a local resident was only able to outrun a barking street dog because he had consumed their product. Stray dogs are wandering everywhere, and many of them are rabies affected, vicious, and dangerous, argues a senior Indian lawyer from Kerala. We see who the victims are. It is the poor and daily wagers who wake up for work early in the morning when it is dark, children, women, and those who on motorbikes. That poor young girl who died in Kerala in September, she had only walked several hundred meters to fetch milk for her father when she was attacked. We giving more importance to street dogs than human beings. Ultimately, in the case of Kerala, India's Supreme Court ruled in favor of the dogs and against dogs' death, hanging dogs. But it is clear that the issue is far from over. Killing dogs continue to enjoy growing support in the state, and Mr. Biju intends to file another legal case. Multiple pro or death of dog petitions are also expected in upcoming months from other Indian states, including Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan. Although killing dogs is the most extreme option for attempting to control India's dog population, sterilization is the current preference. This is growing appetite for its development across the country ahead of the pack. Despite the growing clamor to the action against India's canines, it is evident that the street dogs and humans can coexist safely if the political will and resources are both available. Mumbai has not seen rabies death for 5 years, while the number of dog bites recorded in the city has fallen by 30% since 2018, according to government data. In India, we do have laws and rules in place, but it comes down to an issue of how well they are being implemented. If every municipality was sterilizing and immunizing dogs as well as we are doing in Mumbai or in states like Sikkim or Goa, then we would not have this stray dog issue, explains Abod Aras, the CEO of Welfare of Street Dogs, a non-profit trust. When was the last time you saw a pack of dogs in Mumbai or the last time you saw a puppy roaming the streets here? The system has been implemented consistently here and has worked. It can't be 1 year and on an 1 year of incurable but preventable. Why does rabies still kill so many? This ancient and horrific disease drives fear into the hearts of millions. Rabies is virtually incurable. Once you start to show signs of the illness, there is a 99.9% chance of death worldwide. It kills almost 60,000 a year, yet it's 100% preventable. Mr. Aras, an NGO institute in Mumbai's every neighborhood, a cacophony of barking welcomes you into its headquarters, where approximately 90 stray dogs are housed. There are animals are the animals are sterilized and receive a host of vaccination, protecting them from contracting rabies and in turn preventing the onward transmission of the disease of Mumbai human residents. The stray dogs stay at the center for around a week before they are released back into the same area of the city where they previously resided in. Their ears are dogged to show that they are rabies free. The welfare of street dogs has treated more than 150,000 of the animals since 1985 and works in tandem with Mumbai local municipal council, combing the city's streets for unvaccinated dogs. The news channel Aras team on a city patrol headed by Ronak Rangnikar, a 25-year-old who turned down the opportunity to study an MBA in Australia to volunteer with the organization. The unit works methodically in picking up dogs from the streets. I have been bitten several times while doing this job, but it does not change my belief that this is my calling. In a city as famously tolerant and cosmopolitan as Mumbai, the street dogs still make up a vital part of the picture, and for many of its roughly 50% of the residents that still dwell in slum settlements, they are a lifeline. Tears fill the eyes of Rekha Pimpri, a 36, as she clasps her 4-month-old puppy Dolly while her 5 children play next to the tarpaulin tent she calls home, adjacent to the city's famous Ovla Maidan cricket pitch. I love her so much, she says, tears filling her eyes. She protects me and my family from anyone who tries to steal from us or come into my home at night. However, despite the comfort that India's stray dogs can bring to the poor and displaced, it does seem that the weight of public opinion is increasingly swinging against them. Unless India's state government and local municipalities act soon, prioritizing the sterilization and vaccination of strays and allowing human and animal to coincide, the country's dog may soon have had their day. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your family and friends. Good day, all. India has a brutal plan to deal with its